Okay, welcome back to another episode of Discovercars, and today you're joining me inside a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, not a Trackhawk, I was about to say Trackhawk, but enjoy. So you're joining us from inside the SRT at the moment, and my job today is to convince you, or at least tell you why I'm a huge fan of performance SUVs. Essentially, there's three things that go to it for this car in particular. It is one, the looks, the styling of this thing; two, the power and practicality of an SUV of this size; and also three, you gotta love that 6.4 litre Hemi. Whoa! So we'll start with like the main looks part of this car, and we're going to start from the inside. So the huge thing I love about SRTs is the amount of carbon fiber they splash everywhere. So even on the front here, you've got carbon fiber right for the passenger to let you know that you're driving an SRT. But other small things are basically aluminium shift paddles to let you know that, you know, you're ready to go and beat all those Ferraris off the line. Not necessarily. But down here is sort of where the huge change is. So we're looking at launch control buttons straight away. It's got the Christmas tree from the drag strip. Press that, it preps you and launches the whole car fast, along with your dog and your kids in the back. Also, you've got down here your track button, your sport button, and you have snow here because obviously you're going to be going to the chalets when you're, instead of going off-roading, and so you'll be going to the snow. Otherwise you're sporting on the street, which is that's mainly for, and then definitely track only for the track mode. That will just loosen up everything in the car and make sure you can go as fast as possible around that track, whichever track you desire. And of course the reason why you'd buy an SRT is for this SRT button just down here. As SRT and Jeep forums go, they say press this and magic happens. It's sort of like the Sport Plus button for the whole car. Moving on, really, there's not much else that is hugely different from your traditional Jeep Grand Cherokee. A mate of mine who's filming at the moment, Harry, his family car is exactly the same layout, even pointing out to the fact that the dashboard is shared with the Maserati Levante up here. I mean, you got touches of luxury that are splashed all the way up to Maseratis, but also you still have some things that are shared right down to the base model of the Grand Cherokee range. Yeah, so moving on from the main looks from the interior, you're basically looking at the practicality size of it, but SUV this size. Essentially starting off with the seats at the front, they're made for those American butts. So, you know, in Australia, they're gonna be feeling like the biggest seats you've ever sat in, and they're super comfy. And moving on to the back, you've got three pretty much full-size seats back here that are also, I believe, they can recline. They can recline, but they look like they're spring-loaded as well. They'll also fold flat all the way, so you've got basically nearly 2 meters of space and X amount of liters that are ridiculous to fill up anything that you want in this car. So yeah, in terms of also the luxury within this practicality, it's insane. Like, you have everything's either leather or suede. Obviously you have bits of plastic here or there, but essentially, like, you want to see practicality. Basically, if you fold down these seats, they're all spring-loaded. Yeah, look at that. All this space for activities. It's nuts back here. I mean, kayaks, paddleboards, you name it. Whatever you want to put back here, 10 dogs, tins of paint. I can keep going, but that's about it. So, jumping inside, you have a practical element, but you've also got tons of luxury in this car. So like in the back seats, for example, you have heated seats for both back seats, which is just pretty much unheard of in most family cars. And you've also got 2 USB ports, which people aren't going to be fighting for. So you've got the power of C63 AMGs and M4s, but instead of just sharing just with the 2 front passengers, you've also can bring 2 of your friends for long road trips and make sure you beat everyone off that line with that launch control button as well. The practicality is not just exclusively for the back seats. You've also got tons of bin spaces and glove box space, especially the center console goes down for like literally acres, and you've got a 12-volt power down there as well. But excluding all the practicality and luxury features of the interior, we'll move to the exterior out here to talk about the styling of the car. So straight away what you notice is the bonnet, which has 2 big sort of nostrils put into it to let all that heat from that 6.4 litre Hemi to just exit out over the car in nice sort of sculpted way. You can see the big sort of scoops out of the bonnet. Jeep SRT is going for that muscle car look. You have a big beefy front bumper, you have flared fenders, you have new side skirts, you have a big wing, well, big wing, but it's just a boot lid spoiler, and a new diffuser at the back as well. Coming down here, you have 20-inch wheels and also huge Brembo brakes, which are just somewhat ridiculous on a car. On a car like this, actually probably bigger than the Abarth wheels at this point. And then coming back this way, love the Hemi badging on the side, which just tells you that it is a 6.4 litre engine. They don't like, they don't hide the matter of that fact. They like to tell you it's a bigger engine than your McLarens, your Lamborghinis, your Ferraris in terms of capacity, but horsepower is a different thing, but you can certainly brag about that. And then coming back this way, the two bell-shaped exhaust pipes at the back, they are awesome. They're sort of tucked away here, but they definitely look the part and they definitely sound the part as well. So we talked about mean looks, we talked about practicality and luxury, and mainly the last point why I'm a huge fan of performance SUVs, particularly this SRT, is what's under the hood. Here we go. So, come have a look at this. It's a 6.4 litre Hemi. For those of you who don't know what a Hemi is, it refers to the shape of the actual pistons inside. They have a hemispherical shape. I just love the fact that they brag about the size of the engine. Like I said before, it's bigger than pretty much most cars on the road, except for some V12s. Other than that, you're basically looking at your power plant that's shared across a lot of different Jeep Chrysler products, especially like that Chrysler over there. That's sharing a 6.4 litre Hemi. But then when you move up to a Trackhawk, which we'll be able to film in a couple of months actually, when they actually get to order one in the showroom, they basically reduce the size down to 6.2 litres, add a big old supercharger on top, and then brings the horsepower up to 707 brake horsepower, as we know from Challenger Hellcats, Charger Hellcats, all the sorts. But at the moment, for a family wagon, a 6.4 litre V8 is plenty of power for that. See that? And now we got the keys. Let's start it up because these do have remote starts on them. Beauty of Fiat Chrysler products. So let's see what she sounds like. So come around to the back, basically press twice on the key fob. Thank you so much for watching. That has been a really quick overview of reasons why I love performance SUVs, particularly the SRT. A huge shout out to Golson at Canberra for letting us walk around this car and intrude the showroom. A huge shout out. Thank you so much for making this possible. It has been a huge privilege to be able to film with the SRT, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you soon.
On the next episode of Discover Cars.